Do you ever catch yourself refreshing for likes, waiting for someone to text back, or constantly asking, was that okay? You're not alone. But here's the truth. Every time you rely on validation, you trade a piece of your confidence. And the cost is higher than you think. Before we dive in, why do you think this happens? Why do we crave validation? Let's break it down. In our hyper-connected world, getting a like, a compliment, or a thumbs up triggers a pleasant feeling deep in our brain. It's a shot of dopamine, a feel-good chemical that reinforces the behavior. You know how when you get a like on a post, you might feel a surge of happiness, or when you receive a compliment, it boosts your mood. That's your brain's way of saying, hey, this feels good, let's do it again. Now, let's take it a step further. When you share something and it gets a ton of likes, your brain goes into overdrive. It's like a mini celebration. But what if you don't share? What if you're constantly comparing your life or experiences without putting your own out there? Your brain still gets a hit. Why? Because you're stepping into someone else's highlight reel and experiencing vicarious validation. It's like getting a glimpse into someone else's dopamine hit. But here's the catch, it's not as potent. When you compare yourself to others or dwell on their success without taking your own risks, it's like trying to steal a piece of their validation. But it never quite hits the spot. It's a cheap imitation, a shadow of the real thing. And the more you do it, the more your inner critic, that nagging voice inside, starts to whisper doubts. It chips away at your confidence, making you question your own choices and dreams. Let's look at some signs you might be stuck in this loop. Sign no. 1. Obsessively checking social media. If you find yourself glued to your phone, constantly refreshing feeds, and fixated on numbers, likes, comments, followers, you might be subconsciously seeking validation. Think about it. When you wake up, do you instinctively check your phone? Do you find yourself checking who liked your posts, who commented, who followed? That's a clear sign you're tapping into external validation. These platforms are designed to keep you hooked. Every notification, every like is a tiny nudge to stay engaged. But when your sense of worth comes from these digital interactions, you're on shaky ground. Sign no. 2. Relying on physical appearance or possessions to define you. When your self-worth is tied to your looks or what you own, you're in a dangerous game. You're handing over control to society's beauty standards and consumerism. Imagine waking up in the morning, staring at your reflection and feeling less than because you don't look a certain way or have the latest gadgets. That's not a fulfilling way to live. You're essentially letting the world decide your self-worth. And that's a recipe for unhappiness. Sign no. 3. Constantly seeking reassurance. Picture this, you that put your heart into a project or spoken up in a group setting, and then the dreaded question, was that okay? Pops into your head. Constantly needing reassurance is a sign that you're seeking external validation to back up your own feelings. This need for reassurance can also show up in relationships. You might find yourself constantly texting, asking, are you sure you're okay with this? Or, do you still like me? When your happiness or confidence depends on someone else's approval, you're sacrificing your inner peace. So how can you break free? How do you turn the tables on this validation game? Here's your playbook. Step 1, build internal validation. When you turn the spotlight inward, you begin to see your own worth. Start with small steps like journaling, self-reflection, or even positive affirmations. Imagine waking up in the morning and instead of checking your phone, you sit in silence, you reflect on your strengths, your values, your dreams. You write down 3 things you appreciate about yourself, big or small. By anchoring your self-worth in your own eyes, you're building a solid foundation. It's like creating a safe space within yourself where you can be truly honest about who you are and what you want. This journey of self-discovery might be challenging, but the payoff is immense. You're reclaiming your confidence, your narrative, your identity. You're no longer at the mercy of external opinions or fickle trends. Step 2, embrace discomfort. Growth often happens in uncomfortable places. If you're craving validation, it probably means you're craving something deeper, connection, belonging, acceptance. To get what you truly want, you need to step out of your comfort zone. Think about it. When was the last time you did something that scared you a little, like speaking up in a meeting or trying a new hobby? When you push past your comfort zone, you not only grow as a person, but you also gain a deeper sense of self-confidence. Each small win chips away at your fear, replacing it with a quiet, steady kind of confidence that comes from knowing you can handle whatever life throws your way. Step 3, focus on giving rather than getting. When was the last time you focused on helping someone without expecting anything in return? When you shift your mindset from receiving to giving, you're tapping into a different kind of fulfillment. Acts of kindness and generosity not only make you feel good about yourself, but they also open your eyes to the bigger picture. You're no longer so caught up in your own needs and wants that you fail to see the needs of others. It's a beautiful thing to be part of something larger than yourself, to know that you're making a positive impact in the world. This kind of purpose is incredibly validating. It's a reminder that your value doesn't come from what you get, but from what you give. Step 4, cultivate gratitude. Take a moment and think about all the things you're grateful for. Maybe it's the roof over your head, the food on your table, or simply the ability to breathe. Gratitude is a powerful tool. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. When you're grateful for the abundance in your life, you naturally radiate a sense of contentment. You're less likely to feel the need to constantly chase external validation because you're already basking in the richness of your experiences. Relationships and opportunities. It's like having an inner sun that lights up your world, making it brighter and warmer. And the best part, this inner light isn't dependent on anyone else's approval. Step 5, remember, you're not alone. We all crave validation in our own ways. It's a universal human need. Knowing that you're not alone in this journey is comforting, isn't it? Reach out to friends, family, or even professionals when you're struggling. Sharing your feelings can lighten the load. It's like taking off a heavy backpack that you didn't realize you were carrying. When you open up, you allow yourself to be seen, heard, and understood. And in that understanding, you find strength, solace, and a reminder that you're not alone in this complicated journey of life. In the words of the wise Marcus Aurelius, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Now, let's bring it home. Why do we crave validation? Because it feels good. That instant hit of dopamine from a like or a compliment is hard to resist. But what's the cost? We lose authenticity. We start living for others, not for ourselves. How can you break the cycle? Start small. Focus on building internal validation, embracing discomfort, focusing on giving rather than getting, cultivating gratitude, and remembering that you're not alone. Here's the truth. The more you seek validation, the less free you become. But the moment you validate yourself, you unlock real confidence and peace of mind. So start small, start today, and live for you, not the applause. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel for more insightful mental health videos every week. Your support helps us continue spreading awareness and breaking stigma. Together, we can make a difference. Thanks again, and see you soon.